Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 15th of April. Coronavirus cases cross 11,000 mark in India. Pakistan extends coronavirus lockdown, some industries to reopen in phases. And NATO calls on Taliban to cease attack in Afghanistan. Now for all the details. The total number of coronavirus cases in India crossed the 11,000 mark on Wednesday, with 377 deaths reported so far. This comes as India goes into the second phase of a nationwide lockdown to contain the spread of the virus.
As India goes into the second phase of nationwide lockdown, the total number of coronavirus cases in India rose to 11,439 on Wednesday, with 377 deaths reported so far. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had on Tuesday extended the countrywide lockdown till May 3rd, as the first phase of 21-day shutdown ended. In order to mitigate hardship to the public, the government on Wednesday issued fresh guidelines and allowed select additional activities from April 20th, apart from essential services. Health Ministry officials on Wednesday said the focus would now be on controlling the spread of COVID-19 from the affected areas to newer regions.
कि हमें इस लॉकडाउन की अवधि का सदुपयोग करना है। अब तक हमें जो सफलता कोविड मैनेजमेंट के स्प्रेड को मैनेज करने में मिली है, उसको हमें फर्दर कंसोलिडेट करना है। इसके तहत देश के हर जिले, उसको हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, नॉन हॉटस्पॉट डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, लेकिन वहां पर केसेस रिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं, और ग्रीन जोन डिस्ट्रिक्ट जहां पर की कोई केसेस नहीं आए हैं, उसमें बांटा गया है।
India's Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan also held a high-level meeting through video conferencing with World Health Organization or WHO officials on Wednesday on measures to combat COVID-19. Giving details of India's preparedness to fight COVID-19, the Indian government has said that there are more than 600 dedicated hospitals across the country to treat patients and enough stocks of medicines and food grain to meet challenges.
2 civilians were injured in shelling by Pakistani troops on Wednesday in Rajouri district of India's Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has continued to violate ceasefire along the border with India over the past few days.
2 civilians were injured on Wednesday in shelling by Pakistani forces along the line of control in Rajouri district of India's Jammu and Kashmir region. Pakistani troops reportedly resorted to unprovoked firing and shelling, targeting civilian areas in Manjakote sector of Rajouri district. The injured were immediately rushed to a hospital for treatment. Retaliation from the Indian side and exchange of fire were going on till the last reports came in.
बहुत ज़्यादा बारिश हो रही थी, गोलाबारी, तो हम सभी एक कच्चे मकान में घुस के जब वो उधर घुसे तो बारी के साथ ही वो गोला आके पड़ा, तो वो गिर गया, उधर फट गया। फटने से हमारी बेटी को भी जख्मी कर दिया और मेरे ससुर को भी जख्मी कर दिया।
Pakistan has repeatedly violated the ceasefire over the past few days. Earlier on April 12th, 3 people, including an 8-year-old boy, were killed when Pakistani troops shelled several civilian areas in Kupwara district of Jammu and Kashmir.
Just like its other South Asian neighbors, Pakistan has also extended its prevailing lockdown for another 2 weeks, with some essential industries being allowed to reopen. Prime Minister Imran Khan announced the decision on Tuesday as the death toll from COVID-19 touched 100 in the country.
Pakistan on Tuesday extended its nationwide shutdown till April 30th to mitigate the coronavirus crisis, but this time with reopening of some industries in phases. The first industry to reopen would be construction, Prime Minister Imran Khan said in a televised address to the nation, adding that restrictions on gatherings of more than 5 people would continue. The announcement came after some prominent clerics demanded to lift restrictions on congregational prayers at mosques in Pakistan.
लॉकडाउन हमने किया था जब सिर्फ 26 केसेस थे पाकिस्तान में, वो लॉकडाउन आगे भी लेके जा रहे हैं। मसलन स्कूल, कॉलेजेस, जिधर गैदरिंग्स हैं, जिस तरह स्पोर्ट्स मैचेस हैं और कोई भी जिधर पब्लिक सिनेमाज जिधर पब्लिक जमा हो सके वो तो लॉकडाउन रहेगा अगले 2 हफ्ते भी.
Clerics and leaders of religious parties in the world's second largest Muslim country gave a joint statement on Tuesday, saying prayers were essential for Muslims and should be allowed as long as safety measures are observed. This came despite an assurance from PM Khan that he would meet with religious scholars to work out a collective strategy for congregations with the advent of the holy month of Ramadan, when mosque attendance usually spikes.
आज से मसाजिद पर लॉकडाउन का इतलाक़ नहीं होगा और लॉकडाउन की इस्तिलाह इस्तेमाल नहीं होगी, मसाजिद फंक्शनल होंगी. हाँ, इस बात की हमने अहद किया है कि जो सोशल डिस्टेंस का तिब्बी मशवरा है उसको मेंटेन किया जाएगा.
The congregation restriction has provoked a backlash in Pakistan with attacks on police for a second straight week last Friday as they attempted to halt prayers at a mosque in Karachi. Pakistan, which has already completed a 3-week lockdown, has reported more than 6,000 coronavirus cases with over 110 deaths.
Locals in Pakistan administered Kashmir have accused Pakistan of discrimination at the time of COVID-19 outbreak. They said they are being denied benefits under a cash disbursement program and have not received any relief so far.
Locals in Pakistan-administered Kashmir have blamed that they are facing discrimination at the time of COVID-19 outbreak as they are being denied benefits under the Ehsas Emergency Cash Program launched by Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan. Pakistan government launched the Ehsas Emergency Cash Program, under which Rs 12,000 grant is to be provided to around 12 million needy families across the country, including those from illegally occupied region of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. But like all other schemes announced by Pakistan in the past, this too has excluded an already discriminated and deprived people of Pakistan-administered Kashmir.
साड़ गया जी, आग लग गई, मकान साड़ गया, बच्ची भी साड़ गई. ना हमारे नाल मौसम किसी पास तरफ मदद की थी, ना कोई ना कहा. सिर्फ खाना पीना वास्ते कोई चीज़ नहीं असा कोल, ना रिहाइश असांदी, असा मकान भी खत्म हो गया ने, बच्ची साड़ गई. बच्ची कहने पिंडी इलाज होया ने, तो मोड़ा सीमेंट वापस भेजी ने. ते उन्होंने कोल पैसे नहीं बच्ची का इलाज कराने वास्ते. ये पैसे सुने ना आए ने, आया तो कोई नहीं मिल रहे पैसे.
ये पैसे का सुना था आया हुए हैं 12-12 हज़ार रुपये, लेकिन हमारा रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं है, इसमें नहीं आए पैसे.
Residents blamed Islamabad has always neglected the region, and they are also facing problems in getting essential food items amid a lockdown. At least 43 coronavirus cases have been reported amid poor testing facilities in the occupied region.
NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg has called on the Taliban to cease attacks in Afghanistan and to commit to the peace agreement signed with the US in February.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg on Tuesday called on the Taliban to cease attacks in Afghanistan and commit to the peace agreement signed with the US in February. Speaking in a virtual press conference, Stoltenberg expressed support to the Afghan government's move to create a peace negotiating team to talk to the Taliban and US efforts to resolve prisoners exchange dispute between the two sides. The NATO chief also reiterated the alliance's support to the Afghan security forces.
Therefore, we call on Taliban to cease the attacks, to fully implement the agreement between the United States and the Taliban, and to reduce violence, because that's the only way towards a peaceful, negotiated solution. And we strongly support all efforts to initiate inter-Afghan negotiations.
Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, or AIHRC, on Tuesday said that at least 83 Afghan civilians were killed, 35 civilians were taken hostage, and 119 others were wounded in different parts of the country following the US-Taliban peace agreement. The watchdog held Taliban responsible for 50% of the civilian casualties and blamed other insurgent groups such as Islamic State or Daesh for the rest.
In East from Sri Lanka, The coronavirus tally has jumped to at least 233 in Sri Lanka, with 15 new cases detected in just one day in the island nation.
The number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Sri Lanka has surged to at least 233 with the addition of 15 new cases detected in just one day in the island nation. Director General of Health Services Dr. Anil Jasinghe on Tuesday said the new cases of coronavirus infection were identified within 24 hours and confirmed that all the patients were found at various quarantine centers. The patients were known to have closely associated with coronavirus patients. 7 patients have died and 63 patients have recovered from the virus so far in Sri Lanka. There were, however, no new cases reported on Wednesday according to the latest data by Sri Lanka's Health Promotion Bureau. The island nation has been under an indefinite lockdown to stem the spread of the virus.
Amid the ongoing shutdown to contain the spread of coronavirus in India, a man dressed as the country's iconic freedom fighter, Mahatma Gandhi, distributed face masks and hand sanitizers to people in a bid to make them aware of the pandemic.
An artist in India's temple city of Bhubaneswar donned robes resembling iconic freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi to generate awareness about the deadly coronavirus and spread message of practicing social distancing and staying indoors during the ongoing lockdown imposed to limit the outbreak. Sai Ram painted his body with silver color and wore Indian traditional dress to replicate Gandhi's look and was seen distributing masks, sanitizers and requesting people to stay indoors recently.
सभी को रिक्वेस्ट किया कि कैसे सोशल डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करें और मैं मास्क लोगों को मास्क दिया और हमारा जो नेशनल फ्लैग है उसको मैंने पकड़ के गया और स्लम भी गया, स्लम में मिलके सभी को अवेयर किया.
Like many other provincial governments in India, authorities in Bhubaneswar have also made wearing face masks compulsory for all while stepping outside their homes to contain the spread of COVID-19. As per the orders, stepping out of homes without mask will be an offence, inviting a penalty.
Facing a surge in demand for face masks amid COVID-19 outbreak, a women's self-help group in India's Jammu and Kashmir region has started stitching masks for frontline workers and public.
In order to provide a helping hand to the society and earn a little, members of a women's self-help group in Udhampur district in India's Jammu and Kashmir are stitching face masks amid the COVID-19 outbreak. Women working under Ummeed, a Government of India project, are trying to produce hundreds of masks within 2 to 3 days, citing surge in the demand.
तो अभी हम अपने से पूरा एफर्ट लगा रहे हैं कि हम कम से कम उनको 10,000 हम अभी 2-3 दिनों में हम दे दें. तो अभी तो अब मार्केट में बहुत कमी है फैब्रिक की, थ्रेड की, फिर भी हम पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं बनाने की.
The Ummeed program under the Jammu and Kashmir State Rural Livelihood Mission is a centre-sponsored scheme to encourage women to be self-dependent and self-sufficient.
तो इस वक्त सारी लेडीज़ों को इतनी मतलब इस कोरोना वायरस की वजह से बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी, तो हमें सबसे पहले इसका शुक्रगुजार है कि हमें इसकी वजह से हमें कोई काम मिला है.
So far, about 50 women have joined hands with the self-help group in Udhampur who are producing face masks. While some make the masks together, some stitch them individually at their homes, putting emphasis on social distancing amid COVID-19 spread.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Coronavirus cases cross 11,000 mark in India. Pakistan extends coronavirus lockdown, some industries to reopen in phases. And NATO calls on Taliban to cease attacks in Afghanistan. Now, our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/Asia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @Asia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.